Hello, hello. Looks like we're about to get started. Might end up cutting the stream a bit short if computer overheats. It's not too warm of a day, but I've closed the windows because there's some construction noise going on out there. Alright, well, let's go live. And let's make sure the chat is showing properly because I don't see anything. Chat box. Let's make sure it's turned on an overlay. Show chat, enable in-game overlay opacity. It's looking all right. Let me try. That's strange. Doesn't seem to be showing. Are we properly in windowed mode? Or this windowed? No, that seems alright. Well, hopefully this doesn't come back to bite us. Right. Oh, that's right. I remember now. I have to make it show up by pressing... There we go. Alright. Well, welcome back. Looks like we're good to go. Yep, everything's showing up. So last time on stream we made it up to mountaintops. And we have several things we can do here. We can start progressing more of the Volcano Manor quest line. We could be pushing along Grank's quest line so we can obtain his weapon on the Faith build. We could just push on through Nial and get the Halig tree. We do have the tools. I suppose we'll open up the Halig tree so we can get the Faith weapons there. And then probably do... probably continue along and kill the Valiant Gargoyles. I'm sure people will be interested in that one since it's got a reputation as a thorny fight. We're more or less going to be doing the same strategy as versus Sewer Moog, right? Since status doesn't do anything, we'll just hit him with a bunch of % health. In this case, we're going to prioritize dealing fire damage. But the Blade of Death will do not much worse. We are collecting fire blossoms here because once we have a bunch of ritual pots, they will be useful for making Giant's Flame pots, which are faith scaling. And if we drink, if we put a physic on, we'll be getting 30 or more effective faith, as well as if we put, say, a damage boosting physic, we're going to get 50% bonus to our damage as well. That's pretty significant. Going on BM levels, right? But it's something to consider if you're up against some upper leveled phantoms. That said, I haven't been extremely fond of lobbing pots in this game. I feel like they're less likely to hit than I wish. I'm fully considering progressing Millicent's quest line until Mountaintops and then killing her off. I know that's cruel and unkind and all that, but the +5 Dex Talisman is something to consider. That said, I don't know if it's actually worth it on this particular playthrough. Obviously, on playthroughs where we're trying to max out our dex, you start off with a lot of dexterity, and you want to max it out to use Bolt of Grand Sex, let's say, right? You can do that if you're a bandit for 3 minutes by drinking the Physic. Same thing with the Samurai or Warrior. That's something to consider. I'm a little scared of these, so let's put on the bubble tier. Just get through this the first try. Like that. Okay, that's extremely unfortunate. However, we did live twice. So a winner we. Winner am I? Yeah, for real though, like, if you're complaining about late game damage, consider your talisman choices. Because here I am, level 7, Cerulean, surviving a bow shot. Not even maxing out my physical defense. So, put on your Lloyds, put on your Ritual Shield Talisman, keep your health topped off. It's as simple as that. If you have not... Oh, there's Lieutenant. You're a real cutie pie. Too bad she's dead or something. But what I want to say here is there is a seed up here, right off to our right, up this little valley. I'm just showing it because it's an option. We don't need it because we have, as you'll remember, already maxed out our flasks. But this will save us having to kill a tree spirit, since those are rather obnoxious. And there are, at least 2 more that drop seeds. I think 3 actually. None of which are extremely fun to fight. Probably the one in the Halig tree is probably the easiest one to fight. I've put a video on my channel. Other people have done the cheese as well, and you can find their videos on YouTube. But there's a safe spot cheese for the one in the Halig tree, which means it's actually one of the easier ones to fight, I guess. Whereas one of the harder ones to fight is the one down in the cloister by the Lake of Rot. That one can be killed, but it's highly recommended to use a summon. Same thing with the one in, I want to say it's not the Giant Conquering Hero's Grave, so it must be the Giant's Mountaintop Catacombs. There's one in there that'll drop a seed, and I have killed that a couple times. It's a huge pain in the rear. Although, right, just like with other tree spirits, it can be rot. It does take % health fire damage that's doubled, so it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. It's not fun though. We can take out. We'll come back to take out the Deathbird here as well as the Mariner, but they are surprisingly easy to kill if you know what you're doing. I'm getting lost up here though. So the Deathbird should show up any minute here. And we will be escaping its wrath by... Oh, not like that. escaping its wrath by heading down this way and jumping off the cliff. But this Deathrite bird can actually be cheesed. You can force it to take lethal fall damage by luring it to do a certain move and then jumping down a cliff. The extra height it does when it rears up will kill it instantly. So as long as you're not getting one shot, which if you put on the proper defensive talismans you will not be one shot, it is a easy kill. I think we're gonna go silence this Walking Mausoleum just because it's really obnoxious to have going even a normal play. I'm sure people would not extremely appreciate it if I had it running the entire time here. It's perhaps not the optimal weapon for this. I think the katana will be better. Let's take this off. Hopefully we don't get insta-gibbed because we have the shield on. But these things do a lot of damage. Let me know if you know whether spells clean these things. I haven't tried it. I assume they do not help though. Nice horizontal swipe there. I think we're close. Okay, looks like we got it, I think. Hopefully. Did we miss any? Okay, good. First try. Make sure it's all quiet here. Oh, we actually missed some, but it is a-okay. We will not be duplicating anything here quite yet. We might be doing it later, but I'm having trouble remembering any items we need to be duplicating on this particular file. Okay, so loop back around to the Misericord. We don't actually need anything apart from spells for the Niall boss fight, to tell the truth. But we'll keep it on hand just in case. All we need really is the Dungy, the Rot Breath, and the Blood Flies. And a good deal of good fortune, I suppose. We do not need the Two Fingers Heirloom on, but we don't really have a resistance talisman on us because we've been lazy, so we'll just leave it like this. Actually, this is a perfect time to kill these. Rot Breath and Bloodfly should do the trick. Thing is, because of how they tend to jump around, Bloodflies can be difficult to launch. You have to sort of jump in and out of this window. And of course, avoid the Ice Breath. But, yeah, beasts are weak to bleed, they're weak to fire. You might even try riposting them, honestly. But yeah, they can be statused out. And they do not respawn, so. These should not cause much of a problem. We can also run past them and kill them from, at least one of them can be killed from above. I've shown that method in one of my videos already. But this is a more usual way of doing it. Looks like we've aggroed the second one. Oh, actually, yeah, one of them starts out with less health, I believe. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, oops. Got a little aggressive there. Let's eat a crab. See if we can't get this one afflicted. Right, it's on there good. I wonder if we can't just... Well, it may take a minute, but don't be worried. Should be over quite quickly. Okay, so they respond to spellcast. Yeah. You just have to hope for good RNG. Okay, that one's dead. Back off immediately. You might just try getting Rot Breath on it again. Looks like we've got it. It's just that easy. And like that, the courtyard is clear. You can use the rejection trick to farm the banished knight up there if you like. Like I said, I have a video. But we're not going to be very urgently wanting to do that right now. We will be going back and obtaining drip and so on and so forth after our leisure in this playthrough, as well as trying to obtain all the faith scaling weapons. But for this present moment, we're just trying to open stuff up. Killing Niall does not make it so you can't be invaded in the mountaintops, I believe. But you will want to go get your invasions before you kill Fire Giant, for obvious reasons. Okay, we do not go this way. We're going to just rush to the next bonfire. As long as we have a bunch of these protective buffs up, we should be fine. But if you're very worried, you can always put on a Bloodhound's Claws. Okay, and just sprint our way on through. Boss run can be pretty vicious, but I think they fixed it so it's rare for enemies to teleport into the boss room, which used to be a problem. Like when I first did the Niall boss fight, I would constantly get the Banished Knight in the courtyard ending up in the boss room, which was obviously not fun. Oof, okay. That was a misplay on my part. I ran into the slam. I think ideally you let him do that and then charge towards you and you just roll through. But if it doesn't work the first time, let's do it again. Remember the mantra. It's okay to die. It's okay to make mistakes. But we don't talk about them. Perhaps a stealth method would have been a good idea. Oh gosh. Right. But just like that, you sneak past. Set ourselves down. Easy peasy. Alright, let's get prepared for the Niall boss fight. We have 6 flasks. Hopefully that'll be enough. Let's clean up our spell bar. Memorize spells. We'll undo that. With spells, if you're smart about this, you will put a defensive talisman on. I'm not going to do that. But we could throw something else on here, like the Radagon icon. It'll do us a little bit more, give us a little more use, because it'll speed up the Swarm of Flies cast. This roll is fine. We'll make our way up to the boss room. Right, and once again, this is the power of the Prophet classes compared to the other classes, is because you already have enough faith to cast your relevant spells. You don't have to have this be like a, the Faith Talisman, and you can put the Bubble Shield on instead of Faith Non-Physic. You have disadvantages as well, but they're more or less outweighed. We'll be running immediately to the boss fog. We want to get Rout and Breath applied immediately. Right, so roll in case we're getting attacked. Summon Dung Eater. And then go up to the circle and fire. This should give you time. Unfortunately, okay, Niall is affected now. Hope, okay, Dung Eater's getting distracted, which is not great. But as long as we keep circling, we should be able to escape this. Worst comes, we can just continue to run. But it looks like Dung Eater has caught their attention. The passivity of the boss here is very excellent for us, and we can start bleeding him out. We want to get him on phase 2 as quick as possible. Since he's doing a cast here, we can just bleed him out. Right, he's gonna do the big charge move. Oh wait, did Dung Eater die? The heck? That's not good at all. I've never had that problem happen. Golly. Okay. That's very bad. We might want to try using Misericord to murk the knights first, then. That's distressing. This is the first time I didn't get him first go with the setup. But I think what happened was we let the knights mow on a little too hard, so to speak. That's not a huge issue. We can pop a boiled crab immediately this way and sprint through. And we'll have the Misericord out this time to hopefully supply us with the riposte we need. We can always reapply the crab. So during a phase transition. Roll this. Go up to the edge of the circle and fire. Alright, and now we'll give that a nice riposte. Very cool. Stay out of this. There we go. Oh, I see what's going on here. we're getting some issues with the Dung Eater. But now that we have it like this, we should be good. We could even try... Okay, so he's focused on Dung Eater. This should give us the opportunity we need. He's still rotted. Keep on your toes. There we go. Yeah. Alright, blood flies while Dung Eater's still alive. Okay, we ate that. It's fine. That means it's not on Dung Eater. Let's give him the rot. Part 2. And it's just that easy. It's a little dicey there at the end, but he did the thing that enemies do to player-type characters, like the Dung Eater, which is that they will continue to aggro during the death animation, which is how you can sometimes get enemies to follow you off cliffs, and of course the old the BM aggro after something kills you. Anyway, Niall in 2 tries. I bet you, now I'll tell you, this was a lot easier than my first time trying to fight Niall. So it's a little bit RNG with the summons, but it's definitely not a hard fight if you have a leveled up Dung Eater. Obviously, if you took Dung Eater to +10, he would have lasted just a little longer, and we would have had even less risk. But yeah, it's that easy. Right? Just because you have the most effective tools for something doesn't mean you can't sprinkle in a little extra something like that. And like that, we have the other half of the Helix Chain Medallion. We will also want to go cash in our souls by buying the veteran set. Even though we eschew the use of most of the veteran set for fashion purposes, they are a nice option to swap to when you need a little bit less weight. Let's see, so equipment of champions. Get that, that, and that. And of course, you know, if we want to be discussing in PvP, we can wear these for a little bit lower poise, but better efficiency. That hasn't changed. We can spend the rest on buying spells or whatever you desire. I think I'm just gonna go spend it on Crab. If we want to, we can talk to Gideon here. I'm not quite sure what's correct for Gideon, because as you go tell Gideon more information, he will gain more spells in the boss fight. But the fact is, a lot of the goofy spells we want him to cast because we're going to be letting the summon take care of him while we spam blood fights from a distance, right? So honestly, it might as well be, you know, you might as well tell him about this and that. Right. Fervor's cookbook, nice. I think that lets you gain allies, make friends, and influence people. Okie doke. Do we have a bell bearing? No. Bell bearing shop too. we have maxed out our crab. Joyous day. Joyous day. We will continue to spend money for crab here. We can buy some other stuff. Some Gloveworts, max out buy some Rune Arcs. They will be useful. Yeah. Just like that. Of course, we will at some point. Maybe we'll do it today. I want to collect all the all those bell bearings that are offered by the bell bearing hunters, especially the medicine and grabby stone chunks, because those are useful in PvP. Although they never get you raw boluses, which is real sad. But let's zoom on towards the Halig tree. Through the lift. I don't think this turns anything off quite yet. Maybe it does. You know what? I know we've come this far, but maybe we'll hold off for a minute. Although we can go get, like the talisman and all that, kill Loretta. But actually, I kind of want to hold off on that for a second. There's a few invasions to take care of. So let's go over to the freezing lake. We will be ignoring Borealis for now. We can kill him later, but he's not a fun fight. Let's be honest. Even with the summon, he jumps around so much, that it's an absolute pain. We will be here using the rejection spell, because remember, NPC high places can be staggered. That's right. So let's go and kill Okino. So here's the thing, right? I've mentioned before, but at this level, everything is optimal. But that doesn't mean you can just go and use everything on the same setup. You will have to actively swap around between different headgear, different ring setups, different armor sets for poise and weight, if we want to wield as many faith weapons as we can, or just weapons in general. Oh gosh, not this. The lobster was not expected and truly terrified me. Oh gosh, this is not it either. We're almost at the church. I just hope our luck holds out. Excellent, excellent. Alright, so we'll grab the sacred tier here. Not sacred tier, what's it called? Is it the chalice, right? Not because we need it, but just because. Also, there's a Summerstone Miner's Bell Bearing here, which we don't really need, but it's kind of cool. Alright. And you always want to grab these in case you want to take this and make it, a level 40, level 60, 125. Whatever you end up wanting to take this to. I don't plan to ever level these characters up. I might at some point if I get tired of invading at low level. But I don't know. I went through a lot of trouble and I find a lot of enjoyment in low level PvP. And honestly, if I took this to like level 30 and put everything into vigor, I feel like I'd be a little too strong. Oh gosh. Oh, it's a two-parter. Yeah, these guys can be a little rough. This specific stretch and that specific dog. But I was saying with the Kina Mask, I hate how it looks, but it gives you 3 dex, which on our character, if we have say an 18 dex requirement weapon, where we already match the faith and strength requirements, then that is sort of optimized. We can take our dex to 18, and then on top of that, instead of using a talisman slot, you can use that instead. So want to try to avoid the gaze of this creature as much as possible. I don't know if that's a consistent strat, but yeah, just hug the cliff. Keep moving. There is an Everjail very nigh onto this castle to our right that has an armor set with the same poise efficiency per weight that we have here. And I'd say probably better drip. Depends on what you're wearing it with. And that is, of course, the Vikes set, or rather the fingerprint armor. The only problem with that is it's an absolutely hellish Everjail fight. You know, up there with Tish. On a different build, I ended up doing it with the weapon art Blade of Death as my sole source of damage, and I just sprinted around and around. Because there's like an NPC type, or like a player character type NPC. So I don't think you can just poise stagger him, and he tends to roll around and dodge stuff, which is obnoxious. So you have to, you know, spend like 8 minutes or something, or longer, just waiting for opportunities to hit your weapon art. Not fun. But let's confirm on the map where we're headed. We're headed up here, so we want to go to the left. Basically, go uphill. This is a lot like, remember Vike? Remember when Vike invaded us? Yeah, it's a lot like that. We want to essentially grab the Grace, potentially let him kill us. I think we're up on this hill here. Oh, it's right this way, I think. Yeah. But we're just gonna go hide in a corner and hope to high heaven that he decides to fall off. I used to dash in here with Bloodhound Step. There's also another Sacred Tea here, you know, if you want to max it out. The important thing here is to not get caught in the weapon art. Might be a mistake here to let these hands get onto us, but well, that works, right? We let him drop to his death, right? Keep in mind, always remember that their aggro can be used against them. Fortunately, this isn't like Dark Souls 2 where you have to actually pick up the drop from whatever dies. It's like a Dark Souls 1 Black Knight. So anyway, that's how you get, that's how you get the Rivers of Blood. We're not going to run Rivers of Blood, but if you want to get that Dex, put on this ugly ass, disgusting, filthy. Let's not wear that as much as we can. Another couple headgear that are very relevant that will give us virtually 2 or 3 points of stats are the Omen Sprink mask, although we also have the Hama mask, which does the same thing and might look a little less goofy, depending. There's also the Halig Tree Night Mask, which we can get over in the Halig Tree after we kill Loretta. That'll be very relevant since it'll take us up to, like, depending on our setup. We have, base 16 with the talisman that goes to 21. With the helmet, we can go to 18, or with the talisman up to 23. If we change out our chest piece, that can take up all the way to 24 faith without any physics. So, very nice. Troll's Roar is actually pretty good, apparently. The problem with rejection against players is that it's very easy to interrupt the cast. But with Troll's Roar, it's very hard to interrupt the cast because of the hyper armor it grants. Anyway, that's a lot of souls, so we're going to go spend that. Make sure always to grab Okina on these low level runs before you go do Giant. You probably will, but I missed that in my first playthrough of the game, so it's a bit upsetting. Oh wait, we can't buy crab. That's right. We can always go buy poison arrows or something. We can buy fan daggers for patches. I mean, daggers are occasionally useful just in PvE for cutting out enemies, for farming, for the damn birds in Stormvale, stuff like that. So buy fan daggers, buy daggers, normal daggers. Normal daggers are cheaper. Oh, and speaking of faith weapons, what about my reward? Huzzah. Right? So we got a magma whip candlestick. Which we... See, this is why you want that faith, right? In the decks. Is, let's say we swapped... here, I think... See, it's a 16 decks, 18 faith. If only there was like a chest piece that gave 1 dex, because we're 1 off. But we could always swap one or the other. Or we could just swap both, right? Because in PvP, I don't really go in for the Ritual Shield Talisman, right? You could, but you go like this, and suddenly we fulfill the requirements of a very silly weapon, to be admitted, but we can. So very cool. So one of the things we'll be doing around here, going around the lines between, is collecting all these weapons that we want. How much is the requirements? Oh my goodness, only 15 strength? I did not know it was that low. Quite fascinating. We could go... Let's see, so we've done that. I'm not going in the Evergel yet. Could just go straight to Hilly Tree. Or we could do progress the Ronnie quest line. Alright, and we should, since we're here, we should go talk about our reward from killing Riley. And then that Bernal will help us make sure to do the Bernal one before you continue too far. And of course, Hoslow. Alright. Hoslow's a rough one. You will probably want to prepare your Bloodhound step. We could go talk. There's so many NPCs to talk to. Yeah, okay. I'll kill him. I will do it later. Speaking of funny weapon requirements, remember the Vike's War Spear? That's a great spear. If I'm not mistaken, you can power stance it with the Serpent Hunter. Oh, isn't she such a cutie pie? Precious. You do realize that if I'm going to go collecting all the faith weapons, that means I'm going to have to go farm the 1% curved sword, maybe 2 of them, from the serpents that resist fire. That's not something I'm looking forward to. I'll be frank. All right, so we have this request. We can talk to Dialis, this little sad boy. I'm gonna go kill your brother, by the way. I'll go kill the magma worm to progress Alexander's quest. But yeah, let's do Bernal's stuff first, since we have Swarm of Flies is your premier anti-personnel weapon, along with Rot Breath. I kid you not, like any human type enemy, we're gonna want to do it with that. We'll go to the manor. We can also go get the, now that we have Blood Flies, the Landale Knight that we had left off earlier that drops the Gravelstone seal. We can go assassinate him as well. In fact, that's I think we'll do that first, since we're here. Show you the power of blood. Is that a rune arc over there? Oh, it's a smithing stone 5. You'd think by now. Yeah, plenty. Right. So, of course, put this on. Honestly, if I had a lightning resist talisman, I should put it on. I'll have to go through and figure out where all the +3s of those are, but it is what it is. Okay, that's the terrible thing about the archer. Is it will aggro onto you from 5 million miles away and hit you consistently. As long as we can afflict him with Scarlet Rot. We're golden. Now we're gonna hoof it. And if you can keep him from casting his Ash of War, you can just go like so. Look how the little mini staggers will prevent them from doing much while they're lore walking at you. It's quite gorgeous. There we go. And like that, we have acquired the Gravelstone Seal. We are ready. Actually, nah, I think we'll have the tier refill. We want to focus the mage here. So make sure to do so. Because if you don't end up like that, I have forgotten about that. I mean, the Rot Breath does put in work, but we're gonna get them while they're distracted. And you have to put in a lot of work in this fight. Unless the RG is extremely favorable, Bernal will never solo them for you. It's a fact. So, maybe I should prepare magic resistance spells. I don't know. Okay, looks like extreme range will do the trick. It looks like we got a different fellow to deal with. As long as we keep him distracted, it should be fine. Obviously, if you want to effectively stun a player enemy, or player type enemy, there's always the option of employing a Frost Halberd. Oh, but thanks to the Rot, right, we cleared off, we let Bernal clear off the mage. It's just that easy. And we survived that hit thanks to the bubble shield. There we go. Yeah, it's not so bad. That'll get us some real righteous drip that we probably won't be able to carry because it's a little on the heavy side. And the Raging Wolf set. Pretty nice. I can't remember what Bernal gives you for that. But I suppose we'll find out. After this, we're going to deal with Hoslow. Hoslow is not fun, to say the least. You got Rot Breath and Run. Not much else to it. But we can help dodge occasionally with Bloodhound Claws. Gelmish Fury. We already have all the skills. Okay. Well, we'll be killing Bernal later, and yes, it's gonna be using the same method. Infer Missoula. But yeah, keep that in mind. The real power of Bloodflies is not just carving bosses, it's taking care of player-size enemies. Player-type enemies. I don't know exactly what to call them. Right? Enemies that have the properties of players. Because, you know, things like Tish, for example, I'm pretty sure Tish doesn't have those qualities. She staggers like a boss or a monster. Right? Whereas player-type enemies don't, as far as I know. That said, when it comes to human-sized enemies, which are quite regular, the stagger factors are still all pretty similar, right? Halberd stagger, swarm of flies tends to stagger, all that stuff. All right, but Hoslow is a toughie. Elden Shrink made a lot of attempts, and as far as I understand, the real trick of it is to employ this rock here, because he can't Bloodhound step over the rock. I don't think his pathing works that way. So if you keep running over it, he keeps trying to follow you over it, making it a little bit easier to deal with him. I do believe. Apart from that, we're going to be swapping this out for the cast speed talisman. I think that'll help ever so slightly. Not by a lot, okay? Well, all it has to do is speed up just a little bit. It might give us the edge we need. It might just be purely mental, right? But, you know, we'll prepare ourselves. He always, honorably, as a bonfire duelist, will bow, right? So we take this opportunity to rot breath him. Once it's all good and rotted, we're going to Bloodflies. We're going to just sprint our way up. Oh, we got 2 bleeds off. Right. Watch this, you know. We're just making our way around this rock. Like so. Right. He dodges on the cast, but not, so to speak, on the application. But abuse this rock and run for all you're worth. Gosh. I think we can rot him if we make the distance with the rock again. And I don't think he can stop us here. And just like that. Hubris, right? But just like that, we've got him. Just keep in mind, the way Rot Breath interacts with the Faith Knot physic, right? Oh, that was a little risky on my part. I should play no risk here. Right? But the way those interact is Rot Breath and other poison effects last for 90 seconds unless they're vicious poison, which lasts like 30 seconds. Okay, so in one try, Yeah, so that's basically my big advice. Use the rock. The rock keeps him from being able to aggress you as easily. And, keep your distance, rot him out. The bleed helps, right? We got him 2 or 3 times with bleed, and it also slows him down. But yeah, that's the big dealio with Hoslow. And right, the physics lasts 3 minutes. The rot lasts 90 seconds. So with the bonus time it takes to anticipate and reapply and all that, you can only ever apply rot twice in a fight, unless you can naturally cast rot, right? And the same thing with Swarm of Flies if you need the physic to do so. But so 3 minutes is like a big time limit. Is what I'm trying to say. And that means 2 casts. This is relevant for when you're like farming using Rot Breath. There's some enemies that you need to rot twice, and you just can't rot 3 times. Usually though, enemies won't survive more than 2 rots, right? It's usually talking about bosses. Everjail enemies tend not to get rotted, so it doesn't come into the calculation. This is a great spot to get, a great way to get up to buying lightning great bolts. I don't think we'll be using great bolts on this character because we don't have that much strength. We have, actually, that's not true. We can use, I think we can use the ballista because we have 16 strength. We can get that up to 20 with 1 talisman, or 21, which is effectively 31 strength. I think that's more than enough for ballista. So we will actually be purchasing both the lightning and the fire. We also have, okay, rejuvenating boluses. We can get a bolus recipe here. We can get sensor keys if we wanted. We could get the Vagabond Knight Drip if we wanted. If we're doing cosplays or something. So this is a good spot to know. For now, we'll just invest in the Great Bolts. We can always come back, right? We can also kill him. I've been thinking about attempting the poison tech, right? I mean, we could probably kill him just by throwing him off this cliff edge. We could probably blood flies him. We could probably just rot him. But I feel like we could just poison him from here, and there's nothing you do. This is stuff I have to research in the future. Alright, so that's Hoslow down, which means we've completed the entire target list and obtained all the items that we can from the manor. That's good. That means we can do the Rykard boss fight more or less whenever we please. Although I kind of want to do progress Raya's questline for a bit, which means going to kill the Godskin Apostle. We might do that as well, because, we can. He doesn't say anything. Not that that matters. Let's see. We will talk to her, and she will give us the Taker's Cameo. Useful in invasions occasionally. We could go see the Lord. Do we want... Is this going to lock us out of anything? I don't think so, because we did the Ellis. We're not actually going to do the boss fight yet. Couple reasons for that. The main one is we're not properly geared for it. Since I want to do the jump L1 tech, I will want to go get the Raptor's Cloak first. Some other stuff. So we're going to leave it off for a minute. But as soon as we beat Rykard, oh yeah, and also the Riot questline. But once we beat Rykard, of course, we can get the Blasphemous Blade, which, fortunately for us, low dex requirement, reasonable strength requirement that we can fulfill by two-handing, and faith requirement's also not that high, so we can go and blast some newbies with it, if we so desire. Now, be gentle, but it's a high damage ash that's pretty easy to dodge if you're paying attention. Okay, so let's scoot on over to Prison Town Church and take out the Godskin, is it Noble? I think. The big fat one. Do we want to put it to sleep? I'm thinking no, actually. One moment. Let me unmemorize rejection for this moment. Just like to keep it nice and clean. We could put the Flame Resist Talisman on. We're not going to be using Black Flame. We might be using a bit of the Flame of the Red Mage for riposte. Not really for damage. But we're going to let Dung Eater do the talking. Yeah? And apart from that, we should resist any one single hit. Even without the bubble tier, so we should be good. Right. But just crab up. This is not true for later on. We will be wanting to use sleep potions, or sleep pots. Oh gosh. Anyway, thanks to him drawing the attention, we can rot. Yeah, that was a bit of a mess. It's not huge. We can probably just stun. Oh, he bleed unnaturally. That's not good. Oh, that was unfortunate. I messed up. Shouldn't have drawn his aggro, honestly. But look how much damage, you know, Fellows dealing. Should not be an issue. And it'll be a little bit easier this time around because we can summon instantly when we enter the room. That's one of the things. Some boss fights are easier or harder depending on whether it's the first time or not. Since you start at a different position and the boss starts at a different position. We saw that with Morgott. So on and so forth. This boss fight, it's easier on the second attempt. I guarantee it. But yeah, this shouldn't be a hard one. You know, it's okay to make mistakes. But let's acknowledge it's a mistake. Right. So we're going to get up right around here. Let the pews do the talking. We're gonna... Right. Ah! I need to roll into it. Oh, how obnoxious. I think what I need to do is I need to get him stunned as he goes for the roll. This is very silly. It's been a while since I tried dodging the roll, okay? Sometimes we go to the buffet and we put on those rolls. And it's our fault. But, you know, be gentle. Okay. Alright, let's go. Honestly, we could throw a secondary on here. We could go for Blade of Death. Oh, right. We need the Faith for it. Oh, never mind. Late game enemies will not be so forgiving. Use the pews to dodge the fire, right? think we stopped him from rolling, which is all we really want. I think Blade will do the rest from here. I misspoke. I'll let him do the rest. There we go. The power of tanking, I suppose. We could probably use Noble Presence, right? As funny as that sounds. I don't think we'll use it for anything. Maybe PvP. It's a funny meme. Anyway, Separates Amnion. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that you can do early if you really want to, especially with sleep pots. But you can always just put it off and let Dung Eater murder it for you. It is a method. Let's go visit Patches again. Because Fan Daggers is another item you can just have 600 in the stored up and not cry about it. We feel very wealthy in these playthroughs because we don't level up. Okay, Patches. 300 Fan Daggers. Don't you feel so wealthy? Oh, speaking of invasions, we ought to do before before it becomes too late. There's one we forgot. Indeed. Mr. Pizza Cutter up here has a invasion for us. Where is he? Just make sure he stays staggered. Of course, we'll use our patented Bloodflies technology, which they will roll and then take. Yeah. So that kind of shows the power of Bloodflies once again for killing player type NPCs. Alright. With Giza dead, most of our business here will be concluded. Red business. Yeah. I've also not seen a woman girl like Raya, but that's because she's a snake. Alright, let's head our way on over to Temple of Eagly. There's also the Magma Worm down there. I forget what he drops, probably like a Flame Drake Talisman or something. I don't know. Something to consider. Let's swap this out for what might be necessary. We still haven't gotten the Strength Talisman, the Slash Scourge Elden for our Godric Fist. That's something to consider. I forget. There's treasure up here. What is it? Just rune. That's a tad disappointing. Anything else? Apparently not. Alright. Flame Fort might not be a bad idea actually around here. Just so you don't take any damage, or reduce the lava damage. We will not be fighting the PvE. We will be dutifully ignoring all of it. Okay, no heat. There is a iron version that will assault us nearby, so let's proceed carefully. Can you hear it? Whew, that was a close miss. Let's go grab the elevator real quick. First. Get rid of this little annoying feller. With the elevator grabbed, we should be... Actually, remind me, is there a door down there? I actually genuinely forget. Let's not be stupid. Let's play it safe. Or maybe I will be playing it a little bit stupid. You see. This is the thing we can do. The posts don't do much damage. I take that back. They do tolerable damage. The important thing is the posture break. It's probably a serpent shield. Let's be honest. It can't be the first try. Oh, it's only a volcanic. Get out of here. But yeah, that's how we take care of those, and we'll be farming those at some point in this video series. Obviously, you know, not early on, because I don't really want to waste several hours of my viewers' time doing that. Okay, there is no door here. Good to know. So we'll just zoom on over then through all the PvE. We could go talk to Raya actually, but we have to talk to her first about various things, I think, before she disappears. So I'll be holding off on that. Actually, we could check. Shall we? No, she's not here yet. But there's a rope ladder around here. Ta-da! Wasn't a complete waste. I say as I end up right in front of one of these. We will want to hopefully grab ourselves the Dagger Talisman now, as well as the Royal Knight's Resolve. Both extremely important for obvious reasons. Please leave me alone, Snake. I love you, but not that much. We actually have to go grab this teleporter, because we already have access to the Rykard boss room. However, let's grab this. Okay, I believe we have to jump down here. Go in here, and the Dagger Talisman should be... Oh, that was 3 minutes or something? Or did I take damage? I think it was just the duration. Okay, the Dagger Talisman is right here. And then we can drop down to get a rune arc. A little spooky. Let's remove this fellow from consideration. But once we arrive down here, okay. We can always come back here. We just gotta get the door open. But that's RKR, aka the Shield Breaker, Astral War, the real Shield Breaker. And it's just that easy, folks. Huzzah. It's also our access to Summerstone 7, which we will not be using. Oh, that's right. We can get the Inquisitor's Girandol? A spear that scales with faith, vaguely. Item. We can just come back for that. Actually, I wonder... I hope we haven't missed Kenneth Height's quest. Because he also gives us something important. I'll have to check that. Okay, so, oh, that's a Dung Eater pustule. Which we'll be ignoring. With that, we're out. Sometimes you feel like Kundini. Now usually I would say farm the knight here, but we'll just go talk to Kenneth Height. I want that Arch Steel Dagger so I can power stance him. Not that I'll actually do anything with him, but it's a thing. Alright. I hope this doesn't invalidate the quest line. I don't think it does. I think it's something you're allowed to do later. But I better check. I should also give Nefela Lu her ash, her Stormhawk ashes. So we'll do that. Easy fight. You can't use your summon in that fight, but it's an easy fight. Alright, Mr. Kenneth Height. The time has come. Goodness. Oof, that hurt. There we go. That's that. Let's go talk to Kenneth. Unless that meteorite impact has impacted him. Gosh, that would be a cruel irony. Gypped. I would Earth Steel Dagger for my sloth. For my eagerness to hurry on past this question. No, he's right there. Imagine Kenneth Height dying. Not in this world. You're spinning bars, my man? Yay. And with that's accomplished. We can farm the pumpkin heads with the chain link flail up here. We have the tools to do so. We'll be fine. Rot breath, not being the least, and it's not really a priority on this build. Honestly, probably will never use it. Just a thing that exists. We can get the other steel dagger if we want for the capital. We won't do it right away. We'll just make sure to clear out the capital before we burn the tree down. All right, let's go to the 4 belfries to help out Nefela Lu before anything untoward happens to her in the quest line. She should be sitting around in the basement still. If she's not, I will be most upset. Because, you know, that means she's gonna have to die or something. When I was young and a fool, I farmed the knight from one of these graces out here somewhere. And I could have done it up in Bellum Highway. We have the jellyfish shield around here somewhere. I don't recommend using it, even though the strength requirement is low and the weight is low, because I don't know. It has that very Kevin feel, and relying on buffs all the time, it's kind of painful. At least these kinds of buffs, 5% buff. That's actually like the flat damage buffs that give you effectively like 40% or something of your damage. Is pretty great. We can always go grab it later. It's not really part of our design as a faith-based RL10+0 Invader build playthrough. It will eventually be RL10, putting a few points into vigor. Or possibly endurance. Honestly, endurance might be slightly more vexing than that. But that sounds like being undisciplined, to me at least. And strangely enough, for one of these playthroughs, we might actually end up going to get at least one of the other imbued keys to give to go kill the whatchamacallit, the knight. Because, after all, I think this bottom one is the one that has broken lands? Crumbling lands, okay, so the one we want. Excuse me, sir. Interesting. I wonder who that guy is. It looks like this looks like old palace stuff. The old civilization. Old. Is that one of those it's like one of the what level of humor we're operating on? It's like when we call Earth Earth spelled URTH in the Long Sun series. I actually missed most of those. Alright, watch this damage. Gadzooks, right? That wasn't too bad. We can use these swords with our faith boosting stuff, but we don't really need to. Except maybe if we want really lightweight stuff, right? Lightweight dual wielding. They're pretty cool. I'd run them more on a dex-based character. Anyway, let's go get the stuff we came here for. The Stormhawk Ashes, we can progress line. And right, once again, I have the inclination to progress these kinds of storylines, despite the fact that I won't be using the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones anytime soon. Just because if I ever do take these characters all the way up, you feel a little sour if you've locked away some of these beyond our grasp. because we didn't do the quest lines that we totally could, right? So, you know, don't be caught lacking, is what I'm saying. Let's go talk to Nefeli. Cure her of depression. Remember, folks, if you find a girl who's depressed, the way to cheer her up is to give her the ashes of a dead bird. They have deep personal meaning to her. They'll cheer her right up. Okay. Well, since we're down here, let's get the Assassin's Prayer Book. They are considered usually to be useless incantations, but I don't know. I kind of want all the incantations on this build, first of all, and secondly, like, there's some PvE uses that might be worth exploring for like farming and stuff. And besides, we're gonna have plenty of stone sword keys. We also just be funny. Squirt ink. Go into PvP, squirt ink. Explain nothing, leave. Kind of stuff I find funny. You get the octopus head and just cast the darkness spell. Yeah. Oh no! I went squid. This is not like Splatoon 3. That's right. I gotta go talk to Gideon and confront Gideon about Nefeli's daddy issues or something. You're a bad father. I will kill you. I will send you to your tomb and wear your clothes. Except probably not, because it. I don't like how the armor looks like a kind of a bib. Everything about his set looks kind of goofy. It's on the verge of greatness, I swear, but it looks kind of goofy to me. Interesting. All right, Nefeli, I know you've been disowned. Yeah. Oh, he was definitely lying. Are you Ash? Yes, I am Ash. And I'm gonna catch them all. That was a Ring City Pokemon playthrough, I guess. Your first talk. You had more? You know, I feel like this is something that the DLC might delve into. I'm not convinced the whole Barbarians of the Badlands is like a real name of a real DLC. But if we did cover that area, I feel like this would be a thing. Maybe it's like a placeholder name. Who knows? Righto. Let's go give Muriel the prayer book. There's still the Fire Monk's prayer book somewhere, and the Giant's prayer book that we can go obtain as well. We can go get those in a hot minute. It's not urgent because those spells, mostly we can't use them. Or won't use them. But they'll be part of our cleanup. Assassin's Approach. That might actually be useful very occasionally. These 400 runes. Might be occasionally useful. We take full damage once in a while. But we don't have enough faith for the darkness incantation without a talisman on? Okay. So here we are. Let's figure out what to do next. We could attempt Rykard. The more I think of it... Oh, wait, no, we gotta talk to Raya first. If we want to do that. We could go to Halig Tree, and the more I think about it, the more I want to go to Halig Tree as well, because the helmet. the +2 faith helmet is going to be really important. And, it may end up glued to our heads outside of boss fights. Or outside of PvE. We also get the Omen head. We gotta go talk to Raya. Maybe, I don't think we got too far because we haven't actually fought. But we should talk to Raya about this. Gotta be honest, girl, I've killed a bunch of snake men. Isn't she so precious? I don't know if we want to kill Lady Tanith. I mean, from an emotional perspective. Because I know we have to kill her and then kill the knight that invades if we want to get, I think it's the fire breath. I think we have enough faith to cast it even without physic. And with physic we certainly could in PvP. It's pretty cool, you know, I like it. Oh no, did I lock out of this? That might be trouble. Or maybe I have to rest. And here I am being so silly. I think if we rest we can. We'll see if she's missing. She is missing. She's gone to the new area. We could always give her the tonic of forgetfulness if we get it from her. But really the important thing is to not kill her. Alright. Let's let her have a happy ending, right? Tolerably happy. Go from the Temple of Igle, side of Grace. We'll see her. Worst comes, we'll just not kill her, and she will live. Sounds vaguely psychopathic. In the worst case scenario, we'll just have to not kill her. And if we don't kill her, she'll live. Unfortunate. Yeah. Actually, we could swap this for now, even though it looks goofier. Because I want the riposte to be doing maximum damage, and we don't need the blood flies. We'll lower this. I'm tempted to start farming, but I should get the silver scarab talisman before doing any farm. It's not that far, you know. It's you have to take the secret path to the Haley tree, right? Is she here? Oh, she is. Another depressed girl. I will not kill you, but alas, I cannot offer you the ashes of a dead bird, for I have already spent them. So I'll come back when Rykard is dead or something. Precious little big boobop. Speaking of, we go down to the zone with the Inquisitor Zerendol right away. I think it's this way. There's a spot you can jump down from. It's either immediately here or nearby. Might be downstairs. Hola. Remember, the fire monks don't have too much fire resistance. I mean, this is a reasonable amount. It's like taking less than you might but not enough to save him. Right, 542. It's not as much as an enemy that is weak to fire would take. But, you know, for an unupgraded dagger, not bad. Speaking of, we should get the Cerulean Dagger Talisman, because we will be wanting that for future farming, PvE, that kind of thing. Certain bosses might want it. See, this is where a bit of cotton might have helped us. This is where preparing that spell would have helped us. Odd as it may be to think of it. Alright, we actually have this out. And we'll just try to avoid the bats. Yeah. I think there might be a pot out here somewhere too. No, I think they just are jars, living jars, but not a pot item. I certainly don't remember for certain. They're just goofing us. Here we go. Ooh. A little spooky. Are you ready? By the grace. Whew, that's a little spooky. And that's how much damage we take if we don't have the talisman active. Willie goes to show. Right? Of course, this is a great spot to farm cave moss if you're into that. Mostly we want to be prepared to summon our Dung Eater to let him steamroll this boss fight coming up. And that should give us a nice little faith-based weapon that we will only use to meme around in PvP. As a little pitchfork wearing double. Let's go. I can't say I'm very fond of this situation. What the hell is going on here? Oh god. I think I'm dead. Look at this dung eater. Oh, he finally gets out now. Oh. I'm appalled. I'm appalled. Dung eater, you have failed me. Of course, absence of anything. Maybe I should have tried rot. I just assumed that they don't rot, but technically, since they're the snakes inside of them and not themselves, you know, it might be worth trying the rot. Might be worth trying to rot them. I'll have to give it a shot. While we're here, why don't we just collect some more moss? You know? Silver lining and all that. That's not bad. Yeah, that is real bad. Okay, Dungita, do your thing. Can't say this is a boss he has good compatibility with. It looks like we got him this time. Despite the lack of anything but physical damage that this provides. Oh gosh, it's immune during grab attacks. I think we got this now. We're no longer in grab loop hell. I think. Okay, there we go. Gosh, that's funny. Oh, what a goofy expenditure of time. Patches? I would like you to give me more fan daggers. I'm not saying for free. I'll buy them off of you. But I want them. Okay, shall we attempt right card? I'm kind of feeling like a right card attempt. What do you think? What do you think, folks? Is anybody watching? Oh yeah, someone's watching. Well, if you want to express your opinion on this, feel free to do so. You don't have to. Oh, that's right. We do need one more thing. It'll be right over here. we got one little thing to take care of first. A surprise tool that will help us later, as the saying goes. And it's not the Perfumous Ruins, though. We'll go there later. Yes, indeed. We have a Raptor's Cloak to obtain, which is a nice 10% boost to jump attacks. It stacks. We can dual wield the Serpent Hunter. And if it works as we hope it does, we shall be seeing some truly impressive damage numbers. If not, we can just do the old Rot Breath and run away. I think he also bleeds as well. We might save that for phase 2, although I think that's a different model and therefore the resistance is reset. Could be mistaken. Actually, it might, yeah. What if we can rot both phases and just start doing % health damage, you know? It is what it is. We're about to see a bunch of spooky skeletons. A lot of invisible walls. You always remember we have funny little tools, right? Heck, let's pull out. No. Now the item we want is quite further along. We won't be messing around too much. It's not that one. I don't believe it's either of these. Oh, actually it might be. I think it's like over here. Somewhere. Yeah, that looks right. Dagger Raptor's Black Feathers. Skeletal Mask. I think this is the invisible enemy. We have the Sentry's Torch for this reason. I have to lighten the load though. And swamp. Oh, there you go. That's one way to do it. Right. But if it is what I think it is, we'll be most grateful to have Dung Eater. Which, by the way, you can see invisible enemies this way. Oh no, it's just the normal boss. How disappointing. That's right. You're just a player, basically. Stay away from these skeletons. I just have to come in through here again. Yeah, this is the wrong boss run. I should have read the messages that were littered around here. It might not be too late to challenge the quote unquote real boss. We'll move the torch over here so we can apply the rot breath. Oh, that's right, you can't rot her. I think I would forget about a little something like that. Well, unfortunately for us, there is some difficulty due to the water, but we fought the much harder version of this boss before. So, unfortunately for her, we're gonna knock this one out of the park. Yeah? This could have been... Oh! Okay, I goofed. What can I say? Except you're welcome. But I had forgotten indeed that the Rot Breath never works on these. Yeah, keep that in mind. Rot Breath, the Black Knife Assassins are immune, I believe, to every status. Apart from Frost. As curious as that may sound. Well, it doesn't matter. We can just go back to the boss room immediately. I forgot what they give you. The Black Knife in this one. We'll be killing another Black Knife as well in a moment. But this is not the Black Knife we're after. I just want to clear out these ruins properly. Is all. We'll let Dung Eater do the hard work. What? Oh, that's very silly. Whatever. Stay out of the water. Easy peasy. Ah, the Concealing Veil. That's right. Yeah, that might have some PvP applications. I do not know. Anyway, with that, we will buy... Gosh, can we buy any more of the, that one? We'll just get something out of the Hermit Check. Okay, so, shall we do Rykard then? We could give it a try. We'll let Dung Eater tell us what he thinks of Rykard, and I don't think there's any consequences. Actually, there is one thing. Just one more thing. Indeed, there's one more thing. Let's go and just complete the Kenneth Height questline so that they'll they'll be all set up. Yeah? Just so I don't forget. Then we will attempt right card. Then perhaps we can do the Corwin quest line, perhaps? Maybe. Oh, they aren't here. Nice. Where are you, Kenneth Height? Are you here? Not here. Did I not complete his dialogue? I didn't complete his dialogue. Oh, goodness gracious. How silly I am. Sure. There we go. And now we will find the fort overrun, and we'll have to kill a bunch of those said demi-humans just to get to him. Unless, perhaps, if we do a sneak mission. Things to think about. Goodness. Oop. And we're out. What a useful little item. How nifty. How absolutely splendid. Okay, let's see if we can kill that card. We're not gonna use the Blasphemous Blade for any boss fights, but it'll be funny. And I know someone wants to see me try this. So let's see what we can do. Okay, we are going to want to leave that on the offhand, I think. Don't want that. Do I even want the black knife? Something to think about. We'll try it with that for the first time. But we will throw this in here. 20 dex, 18 faith. So we will need... We're going to go a little bit lightweight. Let's see. Oh, that's the thing. We want this talisman, but we won't be able to fit it with the ritual shield. Well, let's try the risky method first. How about that? Let's see if that does the trick. Right? And hopefully we have enough weight here to work with. And we could just jump attack our way to victory. We'll try it out. Heavy load. Okay, that's not good news. That is good news. So let's see if the power stancing actually works firstly. We'll give this yield. That's unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Maybe I shouldn't have been so greedy. Maybe I should have just dodged better. I don't know. Let him get busy this time. Right? Come on. Oof. Okay, now we jump. Oh no. Perhaps dual wielding is not so good in this situation. But yeah, Dung Eater was putting in the work. We'll try this out a different way. We will give ourselves we'll keep on the jumping track, but we will give ourselves a little more in terms of defense. Let's see how that works out. Flame resist is tolerable. Let's get the Ritual Shield Talisman on. And perhaps we'll throw... no, we don't have the faith for it. Right, and we'll try that out. Yeah. I don't know how to dodge that, honestly. Are you supposed to jump it? I clearly didn't jump it fast enough, but at least I didn't die instantly. So I guess that's a win. Okay, it looks like we've got the Raton. Okay, now we're talking. Oh yeah, that's some damage. That's the damage we're talking about. I like this damage. Yeah, that's some viable damage. Double stacking the jump heavy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now, here comes the hard part, right? Okay, Dung Eater, I need you to hang on for a little longer. Looks like we got the desired. Okay, I think we're. Okay, I think this is gonna work. Oh. Please live. We did it. We did it, folks. That easy. Oh my goodness. That was like, what, 3 attempts? Yeah, okay. So first of all, thank you, Elden Twink, for giving the advice of using Dung Eater. Absolutely correct. Secondly, you could have really made it easy for yourself with the jumping heavies. Or the jumping heavies. I mean, look at that. Look at the motion value on that thing. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Absolutely sexy. Anyway, folks, that was way easier than the first time I tried it with Tish and using only % health damage. So definitely stack that jump damage. Use the Ritual Shield Talisman. That was the big thing. I didn't even have the Ritual Shield Talisman last time I played it against this. So use the Ritual Shield Talisman. Keep him busy. Jump heavies. Weapon art, probably not meta. Just keep going in like that. Easy peasy. Alright? Goodness gracious. I think that might be the easiest right card fight I've done. Golly. Yeah. So, absolutely viable. Absolutely viable. And guess what we get as our delicious, sexy reward? That's right, the Noob Stick. The Cheese X Boss YouTube guide that isn't actually about cheesing the boss stick. The big mozzarella and spaghetti sauce. Right? 18 faith 40 int. Yeah, I don't think we're using that, folks. So let's go Blasphemous Blade. He doesn't give us any equipment, right? Yeah, he doesn't. Okay. Let's put that away. Put the sword on. And just for show for now. We're going to take a look. One of the main targets that we're looking for in this playthrough. Like 21 faith, that means 1 talisman. Right? You can just take the talisman slot. Put faith on. Change this to whatever we please. Like that. We can put on some armor. Get that look going on. Heavy load. Maybe with a lighter helmet. Oh gosh, it's not going to do it. Yeah, this is the sad tragedy of life, is our setup's too heavy. We won't quite make the armor load we'd like. However, still, we got over 40 poise. We got this thing. Let's go out and test it at gate front, guys. Let's test it at gate front. Elden Twink, if you're watching, my man, I hope you've seen something good. I hope you like what's coming at you, right? Gosh, it's just tragic. I mean, I suppose if we really wanted to, right, we could veterans it up. Actually, that won't even do. Let's a nice light set. Oh, this medium light. Okay, that'll do. 52 poise. We could replace this with like bull goods, and we have truly a filthy setup. We wouldn't do this, you know, for aesthetic reasons, but if we really wanted to, we could run around with our unleveled. Actually, just a second, just one moment. There we go. Reduces our FP. As is just. Look at that. Look at that. Funny stick acquired. Got the Maz stick. Sorry, I'm just a little. I know we could take him down, but I didn't think it would be that easy. So I'm having a little fun here. Okay, folks. Do we have another equally poise efficient set that looks better with this armor? I don't think so. I mean, let's be honest. This armor's never gonna look good. In terms of like what I would actually try to wear here, I'd go like that and maybe commoners. If we had commoner simple garb, this just looks hideous. That's not so bad. Let's take this off then and see how. Yeah, that could be worse. It could be worse than this. We'll probably go get the Mausoleum Circuit at some point, and we could poise it up that way. Yeah, but yeah, that's how you turn a profit, boys. What? What's our AR? 237 base AR. That's actually very respectable for an upgraded greatsword, I think. Makes it almost pointless obtaining the Gargoyle Black Blade, unfortunately. No wonder it's so hard to wear. It's 13.5 weight. That's heavier than the Iron Greatsword, if you'll believe it. It's because of all the little snakies hanging on. Disgusting. Absolutely filthy. Well, enough of that. Actually, the resistance on this thing is really good. I just don't like the drip. I don't like the drip, you know? Right, to this we go. Alright, we'll go buy anything we might want to buy. Before we head back out. And this means we can go talk to Patches outside, right? Over in the Shaded Castle. And he'll give us the Patches squat. So that's the Dancer's Castanets. That's why we don't kill her here. We should go buy max out on Van Daggers real fast. Of course it'd come to me. A donation. Oh, we couldn't even max out. Oh no, we maxed out. Okay. have indeed maxed out. Okay. Well, we can talk to him later. Here's indeed. Talk to these folks. Oh, and we got dropped. What is this? A gesture? I think. Excellent. As well, Bernal. Ta-da. Guess what? I killed your snake god dude husband. Okay. We will go deal with Tanith later. We could probably summon inside the boss room, right? I don't think that changes at any point. We'll check around. Isolated merchant. I feel like you have something for me, but I don't recall. I feel like I got my groove back there for real. After the painful Morgott fight, this has been quite nice. Gravity! We could take care of the Belbang merchants. That's something we could try. That would give us something to spend our money on. Well, and it looks like we're gonna need it as it stands. Sure, why not? Just remember to prepare the appropriate spells. Memorize spell. You're gonna want the Poison Mist. You may even want some other things. Okay. Okay. So here is going to be a lesson in defeating these bell-bearing hunters. When I get here at night, take a rest. All this is bog standard for now. However. Okay, so that worked, right? What we're going to do, first things first. Crab up. And slip around behind him. Okay. There he is. Oh, we goofed. Right, use the iframes from riding the horse. Try to avoid gathering the unwanted attention of the dino dogs. And just wait it out, right? Eventually, he will de-aggro. Once he de-aggros, once I say he de-aggros, you can make your way behind him again. Right, this should do the trick. Right, looks like it's, see, the combat music fading. As long as he doesn't see us, he's going to go walking back to that tree, which means we can sneak up on him again. Right? Now, fortunately for us, we can cast Rotten Breath regardless. Actually, any character with at least 10 faith can. Right? If you put on like America Source Heal, though I don't recommend it, or Scar Seal, or turn on the Rune Arc, you can just guarantee being able to cast as many Rotten Breaths as you need. But really, we want to be casting 2. And we can always do Poison Mist as well. Because remember, we can sneak up behind him and not alert him. So just Poison Mist him. I don't recommend doing Poison Mist all the way because it just takes a long time. Right? We go like this, we sneak up on him. He doesn't need to know. Oh, there's an arterial leaf. What a valuable and unparalleled treasure, right? Of course, we could just take this opportunity to have another fireside chat, fart side chat with this guy. I mean, look at this, right? 1 Rock Breath. Look how much health he still has left, right? And this is why, it's most efficient to do Rock Breath instead of poisoning him 5 million times. Unlike Draconic Tree Sentinels, it's pretty reasonable to escape. I think this is the hardest Spellbearing Hunter, so it's pretty reasonable to escape him, but we might as well poison him a couple times just to soften him up so we don't have to do this at the end. Or we could just chat. I mean, what what are you gonna do? Type in the comments? But yeah, I want to go back a little bit about starting classes, right? I've talked a little bit about starting classes. I said some of the best ones are probably the ones that have high values and stats, the more extremely allocated ones, right? So, Prophet, right? I think Prophet is better than Confessor. With the caveat that I'm trying to go for the largest spread of weapons. Like faith weapons. So, in my case, I want to have the highest faith stat so that, with just wearing equipment instead of drinking a physic, I can use as many pieces of equipment as I can, incantations if I want, so on and so forth. Same thing with if I'm going Astrologer for Int, which, by the way, it works on remarkable things. You can go in on PvP and cast a Jewel's Moonblade on people, which, if you connect with both halves, that can, one-shot people. All sorts of disgusting things. But there are some, cases where you wouldn't want to do that. Where you wouldn't want to just max a stat. And the main ones that come to my mind are Vagabond, for example. Let's say, you're thinking, I want to maximize my HP stat because, of course, every smart person knows in an RL10 challenge or RL10+0 Invader, the only thing you level is health. Fair enough. However, consider how the allocation works. If you're a Vagabond, you're going to have a pretty rough time of it. Casting a bunch of these very important spells in PvE, right? Getting to the end of the game. Rot Breath, right? You're going to have to wear... I think you need the Mimic Tear Mask just to cast Rot Breath. Which is not impossible, right? You can Frost Cheese Red on, and it's not too much harder than Rot. I mean, it is harder, but it's not too much harder. You can bleed him, so on and so forth. But if you want to Blood Flies him, that's still really hard. Blood Flies requires, on top of the mask, a Rune Arc. Or you need to wear the Alboneric Mask and Rune Arc up. I think that'll do it too. But the point being, when Rune Arcs or Source Seals become necessary, double Source Seals become necessary, you're not having a great time. Right? Because you're either eating through consumables for boss attempts, or you're hyper vulnerable to one-shots. So, it might be a situation where it's more optimal to go Wretch, right? Because with Wretch, you have 9 levels to put into health, or you can allocate it into endurance if you're feeling cheeky. On top of that, you can straight off the bat wield the Dragon Communion seal. You can cast cast Rot Breath with just one, just with just with the mask and with the two fingers talisman, which most of these characters are doing anyway. Or you could throw in the Faith Not Physic, right? So on and so forth. You have 10 endurance, which is better than a lot of the classes in the game. Certainly not below baseline, right? Your only real worries is you have 15 dex, which means actually 15 dex is still, after sorcery, is still pretty good, because that means one talisman to wear a lot of katanas, Ansper rapier, so on and so forth. 15 strength is a little more iffy, but that's still effectively, if you're two-handing, a decent amount. A lot of weapons are like 14 strength, and you can always wear the mask or something to boost that, right? Strength is pretty easy to boost. So on and so forth. So you have a lot of flexibility. So, it's one of those, if you just want to go for the tankiest setup, you might do that, right? For dex, I would probably go samurai over warrior, just because I've done the math, so to speak. I've played bandit, which has 13 dex, and bandit's 13 dex doesn't give you more options in terms of what weapons you can use compared to samurai's 15 dex or the warrior's 16, I think. It lets you use up to both of Grant's axe and the Dragon King's crag blade, right? For 3 minutes, because you need the physic. But so would the warrior, and so would the samurai. So honestly, like, getting up to like 28 dex without any non-talisman, non-equipment boosts is more than enough. But as samurai, right, just like with warrior, you only need one seal to get to 20. Actually, no, you don't need a seal to get to 20. That's the thing. And you can get the 30. No, you can get the 33 without physic. Right, so I feel like that's pretty good. You can just wear the Okina mask or wear one talisman to use the Nagakiba. It's pretty good with Spin Slash. Stuff like that. So what comes into play at that point is samurai has a bit more vigor than the warrior and a lot more endurance. And you can still have enough arcane to cast Rot Breath and Blood Flies with the Mimic Tear mask and the Albinuric mask, right? Having points in intelligence is worth far less than, and mind as well, is worth far less, all told, than the other stats, like Faith. So that's where, Faith and Arcane. So that's where the big differences come in between these starter level characters. Let's look at, like, another example is the Prisoner versus the Astrologer, right? You lose options with Int while only gaining ease of use for weapons. Most of which, a lot of these Int weapons with high requirements aren't that great anyway. Obviously, if you know exactly what you're using, what you're using doesn't include using the, for example, the Meteor Staff without a talisman on. Okay, that's fine, right? But I think a lot of the unfocused builds are just worse, and certainly worse in terms of weapon variety, with the exception once again of Dex. But I'm not really hurting for the Dex build. I think Samurai would be a great Dex build if I just wanted like one character, but because I'm going for the widespread, Bandit is doing double duty as a Dex build and an Arcane build. It's kind of nice. Trying to think if there's any starting classes I'm forgetting about, right? So like Confessor and Prophet we talked about, Prisoner, Vagabond. I think that's it, right? The hero's pretty great, by the way. It just has a lot of strength. The lack of Dex can hurt because it makes it hard to wield the Stormhawk axe. So if you know exactly what strength breakpoints you want for using certain weapons. Vagabond's probably better than Hero. But, yeah, Hero's great, in my opinion. And so if you just want to be a strength Chad, level 10 Invader, so on and so forth. Anyway, that's how you can take out these Bellbearing Hunters. Poison is a slow way, Rod is the fast way. You can do a mix of both. And you can just cheese the aggro. This one gives you... This is the Gravity Stone seller, I think, right? But we also want to go get the Medicine Peddlers and the Bone and Meat Sellers. Meat is over by Muriel, I think. Well, this is a great way to sink runes in, right? Yeah, so we got these Gravity Stones. Gravity Stone fans, Gravity Stone chunks. The chunks deal a lot, but they're a little bit easy to read. Oh, and they're strength C B, int B, so they're really good for astrologer. Very good for hero. But honestly, no, just the base damage is pretty interesting with the Gravity Stone fan and the area denial. They do require FP though, so keep that in mind. Okay, so that's that one. The method applies everywhere, but you know, we'll show them all, I suppose. Obviously, if you're having difficulty killing these in a normal playthrough, this is also the option. But apart from maybe the very first one, unless you're an absolute parry god, this is the method you're going to want to use for all of them. Oops. I may have goofed a little. But we'll loop around like so. Get up around and behind this, and this should break his aggro pretty effectively. Might have to loop around a couple times. But yeah, I mean, he has a way less health as well. There's a bit less damage. Looks like he's de-aggroed, so we'll just stealth our way in these bushes. And you can actually poison him through the back of this hut, by the way. Obviously, we don't want to draw his attention. Don't be too alarmed when he does that. I don't think it's because he sees us. It's just the usual NPC action of making a path. Or maybe he is coming after us. We're just going to stay stealthing and hope the combat music does not turn on. And of course, we don't want to attract any skelly boys, right? Keep that in mind. Okay, looks like things are really broken off now. I don't think it's looking for us. Yeah, there's this weird state that NPCs can go into where they're tracking you, but they're not actually aggressing you. It's weird. I don't know what to make of it. What I do know is this fella's ready for the next rock breath. Oh god. Okay, that was not good. The iframes there coming in clutch. We could try rock breathing him from a distance like so. No, we got killed by the instability frames of casting. Okay, so we goofed up there. But don't worry. We can always get out of these situations. Perhaps we should put the... Oh, we don't even have all our things on. What the heck? We didn't even have the Ritual Shield Talisman. No wonder we were getting bodied. Getting body hard. Okay, folks. Let's fix that up right quick. We'll put the Concealing Veil on, too, since we went and got that, right? free stuff. Free stuff. And try this again. Pass time until nightfall. Get up and rest again. That should reset it. Alright, prepare ourselves properly this time. Remember that it takes a second to aggro up. We'll just kind of loop around. Yeah, there's aggro range. This looks pretty auspicious to me. I wonder if we crouch, he will... Yeah, I think that worked pretty well there. I don't think he can see us. It looks like that. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully he's not in some sort of switch mode. Well, you can poison him through the wall like this if you do it right. Yeah, it looks like it just went faster. If we really wanted to, we could just choose the rest of it this way. We might do that because we don't want to be too risky. But we might as well just do the other section of rot instead. I don't know. We've already done the long way. We might as well do the short way on the less risky options. I think this is the medicine sellers, which is the second toughest. And also probably the most important one. But it's way more convenient than farming animals on the other two as well, so always a good thing to pick up, especially when you get towards the late game. You know, you already maxed out your crabs, you maxed out your fan daggers. Right? What else is there left to do? Well, there's still this left to do. And this is where we can sink our cash. Okay, so the rot has worn off, it looks like. We'll gain a little bit of distance. Make sure to consume to get that talisman up. Oh, it looks like that did not work. Okay, so we should have just poisoned him. That's unfortunate. Oh, that worked though. We'll just ride this to victory, so to speak. It should be more than enough to finish him off. Hopefully he will not be able to see us now that we've got the concealing veil on. Yeah, it looks like it. It's just that easy. Remember what we say at times like this? Elden Ring is an easy game. Right? Dark Souls, easy game. It's just that easy, folks. Right? Plenty of runes. We've got the medicine, Peddler's Bell Bearing. The other two, we might as well do later. Well, we could do it right now, keep it themed, but I don't know if I feel like it. It's more of the same. Yeah, whatever. We'll go to Muriel. We'll adjust his dialogue. So the meat peddler appears. Sadly though, unless you're trying to conserve FP, I don't think it's really worth making any of the meats. Maybe the one that gives you more. Oh shoot! I did not realize that would happen. In fact, I'm gonna reset this. Thank you very much. All right, that's a little silly. There's a funny cheese you can do this for this one, by the way. Is you can actually rot him through a window, I believe, for the second application. Right over this way somewhere. Yeah, like this window over here, I think. Yeah, that one. There's like nothing you can do about it. Yeah, the veil is working pretty well, I think. Let's go find that window. I think it works. I've done it before, if you like. You see this? Are you seeing this? We just sit and wait. I don't think those puny trees can stop the Roproth. And so we just... Oop. Okay, maybe that didn't work quite so well. Get him walking. There you go. Thanks to the bubble, we get away with cheese. Thank the bubble. Remember that. Give thanks. Be joyful and glad. Yeah, we should be grateful for the cheese we've been given. I think. The last one is where Bernal used to hang, or Master Shack. I don't know if it'll show up immediately. Let's assume it will. Because after all, he's not there. But yeah, we've left the weakest for last. I don't know if it dies in one. He might die in one rot. Doesn't have a lot of health. I mean, these things last 90 seconds. This guy's not gonna last 90 seconds, I'll tell you what. So, he's as good as toast. Right? What's he gonna do? Find us while we're crouching? Is that what you're gonna do? Huh? I think not. I think I'm gonna sneak down here. Take all this root resin and crouch again. What are we gonna do, huh? What are we gonna do? It's that easy. Remember that. And it's okay to make mistakes, right? It's okay to die. It's also okay to cheese the hell out of the bell-bearing hunters, especially at this level, because you're gonna do parry their asses. Not me. You can do it if you want to, but I don't like them. I don't like the bell-bearing hunters. I really don't. I genuinely do not like them. So this is how I will do. And we'll give them all and buy some bleed bolus. Buy some poison bolus. Maybe even some frost bolus. So I think it gives you frost bolus. Maybe it requires a different smithing stone. Or bell bearing. No, there you go. Bifrost, right? We have a few of those. The rest we'll put there. And this way, right, you always have something to come back and buy. Until you've killed 1,000,000 overleveled hosts. Or sorry, overleveled summons, and then perhaps one day you'll run out of things to buy. Also, I think, look over here. You see that? We do not talk. We do not speak to him. We do not touch him. We do not grab any items from him. He no longer exists. Goodbye, Roger. We used to love you. Right? We still love you, but you're not here anymore. Dark Souls 2. You're taken from us so soon. We could just call this here, or we could go grab a few more items to boost our, like, we haven't gone to the lower church yet. We might as well grab that set of grace. Get the Omen Smirk mask, as you do, because that's pretty good. Gives you +2 strength, effectively +3 if you're two-handing. Something you do need. It's pretty easy to get down there, I believe. Actually, I'll take the upper way. Is there an upper way? Yeah, it's over there, I think. No, we have to go down like a lift or something. Yeah, we'll just go this way. Oh, I see. There's like a bridge. I think if we jump over here, might be able to find a way. Don't you think? Yeah. Oh no, maybe not. Can you not? Oh my goodness. Goofy. I don't like these archers. They are the bane of the PvE players. I do declare. I've seen many fall on the other side, not when I'm invading, but on streams. They've also killed me many a time. That is what it is. I suppose. How are we gonna get in there? Oh, we could probably. Can we take the sewers? Oh, I suppose we'll just take the proper way, right? I suppose that's always been an option. Oh yeah, you can go down here. That's right. I'd forgotten the other time we went here, but. The intended means are absolutely valid. Is this the way? I do not recall. Is does not seem to be the way, actually. We might be in a small spot of trouble. Yes, indeed. Okay, how are we gonna do this? So we want to get in that area, in this zone. I think we have to do it from over here. The catacombs. No. We can do it. Go down from the Earth Tree Sanctuary, jump down. I think they'll take us where we want to go. Right? With the Bolt of Grand Sex. I think that's the correct spot. So we'll go like this. How do we load? It seems to be the matter. A lot of times like this, we can do that. Adds a marginal amount of carry weight. How much does it add? Right, it's adding 18 health, 8 stamina, 4.1 equivalent. That's actually pretty significant. Not nearly as much as the Great Jar is, but it's something. Go here. We're just gonna sprint it. We don't need to dilly dally with these perfumers. Leave. There you go. Get down here. I think this takes us where we want to go. Yes, indeed. Speaking of. What's he gonna do? Icicle Spear can do the trick as well. Just a word of advice. He's pretty vulnerable to Poise Break. But it gives us the Omen Smirk mask, which we want. Of course, we can get down here and get Leona's set as well. That's also another nice, heavy Poise set, if you so desire. Available for us. Can be decently fashionable. Weighs a bit less than Bolgoot's. 3 less. The poise difference is actually nothing though. So we're veterans, I guess. Oh gosh. Veterans has a disgusting weight ratio. It actually makes me feel sick almost. Oh, off we go. Wait, no. Not the catacombs. That's not where I wanted to go. Let's go to the lift of rolled. And go off to the Haley Tree. I don't think we're going to complete the Haley Tree in this stream. So maybe later today. Not feeling it exactly this moment. But let us head to the lift. Yeah. How long have we been going? It's been almost 3 hours. All right. So once we maybe get through the secret path dungeon, maybe get the Silver Scarab, we'll Maybe we'll call it a stream. We've been pretty productive. And I'm shocked that the red card fight went so well. I mean, I shouldn't be, you know, after seeing Elden Twink's video. Right? I suppose that's to be expected. You know. Oh, wait. I lifted the wrong one. We make mistakes here, folks. Ah! No, I did it again. One moment. It's fine to make mistakes, but we won't talk about them. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Oh! Oh, I've never done that. That's, well, goofy. Just a little bit. Can't even pick up the runes. Looks like. Wait. Where'd the runes at? Oh my goodness. I don't think we can pick up those runes. Is this the secret one? Did I do it right this time? Yeah. Ta-da! Yeah. Let's keep in mind, we are allowed to sprint through this place. We will do so on the first one. Just be careful of the octopodes and such. And we do have a stake, so it's okay to make mistakes. That said, we do a little sprinting. Right, there's the stake in America. This is where we ask for help. We could even offer help here. Right? When you start seeing signs to assist in places like this, you'll know that the word of the Twinks, the gospel of the Twinks, you know, the meek shall invade the earth, has spread to all corners of the internet. And it'll just be like Dark Souls 3 Shitter meta, right? Wonderful. Let's grab this grace. Probably hold the momentum, grab the next grace as well. I think there's one like out here somewhere. Oh, it's... I don't have a choice about this, do I? We can, by the way, go off and kill the Knight's Cavalry around here to get the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, and also the cool armor set. It's not extremely poison efficient, but we're doing it for fashion, you know, if we're gonna do it. I do it on a higher carry rate character, but you can cheese them with raw arrows. And don't recommend using anything other than raw arrows. I mean, for the initial rot, you can use normal rot breath. Can we actually go on this cliff? Oh. Oh, we can. That had me scared for a second. Oh, and there's a Site of grace right here. How convenient. I always miss this one, I feel like. Oh, and the snow clears up when you get here. That's nice. But yeah, let's go get... somewhere around here, Anastasia invades us, by the way. For the 3rd time. Like, we haven't kicked their rear enough times already. There's a farmable albinuric woman here. Farmable in the sense that... Oh gosh, we just lost her. Farmable in the sense that she doesn't move, so Rot Breath or my preferred tool, whatchamacallit, Night Maiden's Mist can kill her consistently. It's not super fast, right? You're making really low, high time, low drop rate farming attempts, but it's pretty consistent. You usually don't die, so it is what it is. Let's memorize some spells here, by the way. There's only one spell you need to clear Ordina, in my opinion, and that's Rejection. And it does a lot of work. This is the kind of time when you might want a physical defense talisman or something. But it's fine. We might be able to speed through this as well and get to the Haley Tree. Since we're already here, why not? But I don't know why I popped that. But yeah, I know I was watching Elden get through here, and trust me, the first few times I was trying it out, I was getting my ass handed to me as well. But I believe I know a good way. Okay, so there's 4 figures. That's right. There's 2. There's one there, one over there, one way over there, and then one up on this roof. Okay. Let's do this quickly. So the first ones you can reach sprinting this way, right? There will be an invisible fellow coming to track us, but we can lose them on the way, I believe. Okay, so as we go here, we're going to start hearing noises. We're invisible during our animation. We'll just sprint back the way we came. Jump the railing. Jump onto this railing. Refresh your buff. Oh, and this is where Bubble Shield is also really handy, right? Because you can use the Bubble Shield to absorb 1 hit. Obviously, they're going to do volleys of 3, so you're basically screwed if you get hit once, but at least you won't die in 1 hit, right? Okay, so we get this one. These 2 are the easy ones. Actually, the 3rd one's also easy, but the hard one is the one that's over there, because it's guarded by a Brazilian snipers. Brazilian snipers, by the way. It's the latency that makes it really tough. You can actually see from... Can we see from here the other one? No, we can see it's over there, right? But we'll do that one last, I think. Because it's of little consequence, and I'm stupid. I should have just gone up this ladder. Alright, but... look, we're not smart players here. But anyway, right. We've got this going, right? Let's put the physic on. The administration. We can fail once. Not again. Once we get up onto this roof, we're basically marked for death. Oh gosh, I fudged that up. And we were going so well. We would have made it if I didn't fall off there. Well. Sekiro style, we may try. We may fail as often as we please. Die as often as we please. We haven't even died yet. Right, but you see how timed rolls there? Right, timed rolls. It's the only way, really, to get past the arrows. I don't think blocking is worth. For the usual reasons why blocking isn't worth. The only problem here is we've now aggroed them. So... Okay, like this. Once she's off the roof. I take it back. I take it back. I must have knocked her too far clear of the roof. I take it back. Well, I look like a right fool, don't I? However, as you can see, it's not so bad once you get the hang of the timings. We just need to go do that one more time. I don't know if this is the shortest way, but I feel like it is. Up onto this roof. Deep down. In here. Honestly, far less stressful than the first time, first playthrough. And that's what the power of knowledge is, right? Alright. Let's hope for success this time. But rejection, I think it's because I had rejection angled funny. Is having issues. Because it worked for me before. And it makes me slightly less stressed out than... Oh, I goofed. Oh! I should have rolled once. Alright, way too much. It was the greed. I wonder if I should replace a talisman here, actually. If we take that off, we can probably replace this with Concealing Veil. Honestly, I don't know if that's worthwhile. What is probably worthwhile is putting on Hard Defense Helmet. Actually, no. The cast speed might be worth it. Let's go. Really, though, you should be rolling, right? It should be the roll that does it. This devolves into like 15 attempts. I'm gonna pull my hair out. After I say it's easy, folks. Let me show you, and then I mess up. It's even worse because you can tell it's a pretty close attempt. Whatever. Right. Okay. Get over here, we'll eat the crab. We eat the crab. I don't know if the crab does much, but placebo, right? Placebo. It might be actually doing enough so we don't die in a volley, but I could be wrong on this. Anyway. Right. Oh. Unironically, the one of the hardest bosses in the game. It's always these PvE areas. I could swear they're like noticing me further out than usual, though. I don't know. No, that's just talking out my ass. Actually, can't rejection bounce arrows? I feel like it can. Maybe I'm talking out my rear end, but. Oh, you know what might do the trick actually? Stormwall. Compare arrows. Am I brave enough to try it? No. Heck no. Heck no. But I think it might actually be oddly viable. I wonder if one technique would be to try to pull them from the rooftops. I know I've tried using a great bow to knock them off, but I didn't have the right kind of arrows to push them back, so it ended up being utterly futile. Light roll might also do the trick. You know what? You know what? Light roll might be just what the doctor ordered. The increase in iframes. Oh. You'll die in 2 hits for sure, but that might just be enough, right? Oh gosh, I don't like this. The fall animation meant I wasn't rolling. Oh gosh, this is embarrassing. The first attempt was the closest, and I just greeted out twice in a row, actually. Maybe I should be using Bloodhound Step, but I think that would throw me off. Like, literally throw me off the rooftop. Yeah. No, there's probably a way to use Great Buzz. If you have, like a Stormhawk version of the Great Bolt. I think there is one. Great Bow Arrow. I think that would just knock her right off the roof. That would really give you enough. Go by, right? But as it stands, I don't have any such thing, any such arrows. I think you can get them from a cookbook over in Stormvale. I think the problem was she was still on the roof last time. You know, let's hope that does it. Looks like that did it. But that's how you do it. Please don't shoot me in the ass. Ta-da! See? See? It's that easy. It's that easy. Right? Say the mantra with me. Say the mantra with me. It's that easy. Now let's go get the last one without this archer shooting us in the ass, huh? I wonder how many items you can miss in here. As long as we don't... I think we're gonna get bodied trying to climb this ladder. Please, please don't black flame us. I think the angle's too extreme not to be black flame, but I could be wrong. Okay. And folks, just like that. Just like that, folks. Ordino Liturgical Town. Complete. Yeah, ooh, yeah, I think you really were just left on the roof, and that's how I screwed up. Let's also grab the knife armor, because I'm not extremely fond of the way it looks, but it's useful if you want to go quietly. Sneaky bricky like. You know, you could do cosplay stuff or whatever. But yeah, this is why, like, honestly, do you think you could make, you know, this is not a lot slower than Ordino Skip, right? You might as well just do Ordino. For all you people out there who are like, I don't want to go through Ordino Liturgical Town, it's spooky. Well, yeah, it is spooky, but let's be honest, you can make it through. I believe in you. You just have to dodge and use rejection and bubble shield. Huh? There you go. And like that, folks, we are at Haley Tree. Let's not fall off. Let's grab the grace. Ta-da! Okay. Well, I will cut the stream here. I might be streaming again tonight, but I will sign off for the moment. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. Okay. Bye-bye.